Hi everyone, and in this tutorial I'll show you how to add a new BTS in the Netnumen software. So as you can see, I have already started the Netnumen console. It is up and running. I will go ahead and run the client software. After the client software has started, you can go ahead and log in. After a successful login to the server, you can now see here on the left side a list of all the hardware you have currently configured to your BSC. So now you can expand all of these slots. You can see I already have added a BSC and 3 BTS. Now to add a new one, right click on the BSSB, add BTS, and select the appropriate BTS rack. So in my case it is BS 8900A. So here we will get this pop-up and it will ask us to enter some data regarding this BTS. So now system means the number of BTS. This is 4. I already have 3. This is number 4. The system alias is a nickname for a BTS. You can call it by location as you like, or by site name. So for example, this will be site 7. Serial number is printed on a label on the inside of the door of the BTS. You will copy it from there. I will only give an example, 00021. And the site ID is also printed on the label. All of this information should be printed on the label on the inside of the cabinet door. So site ID is 7. Click OK. And you will be greeted with this. You have successfully added a new BTS. So now to continue, right click on physical configuration, or first left click, and you will see a few parameters to configure. So we'll start from the top. Most of these settings are left as is. So Abyss transmission mode, this is the type of connection between your base station controller and the base station itself. So in my case we'll select E1 T1 line. Everything else will be left as is. You can edit these lines here if you want. This is only to explain where the location of this BTS is, only for your reference. So now right click and add BDS rack, and this will add a new rack group. Save the configuration, and as you can see here you have added the top rack successfully. So right click and add a new shelf depending on your current hardware configuration. Now you will be greeted with this prompt. Here you will add a direct copy as you see it inside of the cabinet. You will look inside the cabinet and you will add here directly as you see the hardware there. So we'll add a power manager board, we'll add a backup power manager board, we'll add a site alarm board, a clock and control board, and here you will add, depending on your configuration, this is only an example, this can be any of these boards. For example, I will add an FSA board, another FSA board, and some signal processor boards. Remember, again, you will do this according to your own configuration. So now that you have added the control board and of course the fan control unit. Good. Now that you have added all the boards, you can continue, right click on physical configuration and add a radio rack. So in most cases it will be a remote radio unit. So after you have added a new rack, right click, add RRU rack. So here you will be presented with another pop-up again. Here you will also select, depending on the hardware, of course, you will look at the labels on the manuals, and also here you can enter the address, the location of the radio unit, and some notes if you want, and also an alias. So we'll just call it RRU0. Click OK. And you have successfully added one RRU. Usually there will be around 12, depending on your radio configuration. So you can add GSM, UMTS, and LTE. Each require 3. So add, again, this is also dependent on your hardware configuration. So I will add only just one, RRU1. Good, now we have to. Now, after this, you have to right click here and configure correct connection between BDS and RFS. Now here you will select the optical port on your FSA card, and you will select one of the optical ports on your BDS rack, and you will click connect. Now you have successfully connected the RRU to one of the FSA. You see it turned green. That means that the optical link between the radio unit and the processor card is successful. Now after you have completed this, you complete the same for the other radio units, and then you can come back here and right click on the clock and control card. Now you have to configure a connection between the base station controller and the BTS with E1T1, and at the moment I'm not connected to a real base station controller. This is just simulated software, and hence I do not have any available ports, but you will select here each port on each E1T1 port and the corresponding port on your BTS, and here there will be the ports available on your base station controller. You will just select one here and one here and click connect, and that is it. You have now successfully added a new base transceiver station into your base station controller. So thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.